Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of True Dungeon Talk with Trent. My name is Trent of trenttokens.com. I'm a really big fan of the game called True Dungeon and a very avid collector of tokens, which I often say you can see back here. In today's huge episode, we're going to be talking to Jeff Martin, the creator of True Dungeon, and he's going to be making many 2025 token announcements and 2025 season announcements. Oh, it's going to be big. We're going to be talking about a handful of other things as well. But before we get to that, I need to do that thing I always forget. Even though I have a note over here that always reminds me and I always forget. Please do that clicking and liking and subscribing and all of that other algorithm stuff. It's really helpful for the show to spread the love of True Dungeon. Now, for those of you who are watching live, I want to remind you about the free giveaway that I do at the end of the show. Go to the link that's pinned in chat, fill that out. It's just your name and email so I can contact you if you win. And at the end, you must be present in order to win. First place is a 25K bar and a treasure chip. Second place is a 5K bar and a 3X chip. Third place is a 1K bar and a 10X chip. So please fill that out if you would like to enter. And once again, a reminder, you must be present in order to win. But without further ado, let's introduce the man, the myth, the legend. Everyone, say hello to Jeff Martin.
Hey.
Oh, the audience.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, they love you. Look at all that clapping. Oh, wow. Hey, all that clapping. Hello, Jeff. How are you?
I am well. I'm just returned from a big writing work vacation down in Florida, and I got a lot done. I'm real excited to share it with you guys.
Wow, that sounds awesome. Now, have you been kidnapped on a deserted island with a bunch of Vikings? What's going on with your background there?
Well, who knows? It might be a little teaser for what's coming.
A teaser for what's coming. And I think we'll be talking about a lot of that on the show. So let's go and say hello to chat, shall we? Oh, my Lord, chat is huge. All right, so here we go. Hello, G. McShane and Gen X Hooser, Matthew Blum, Love and Life 877, Chris, Jeffrey, Ian, Jimmy, R. Dawson, Brian, Danielle, Pick, Max, another Chris, Nikki, Larry. I'm going to miss some names here. Guild Strife, Brian, Danielle, Andy, Muggsy, let's see, Chris Amir, John, Jen. Oh, my wife, she said break a leg. You got it right, honey. Sometimes she says break your legs. I'm like, honey, that's not how it works. But thank you. Raven, my other favorite human, Belinda. Hello, big fan. Joshua, Odd Squirrel, Alan, Kevin, John. Oh, my God. I think Big Rick and Chris. Oh, hello, Chris. Kevin, Jared. Oh, my Lord. A lot of people. Wow. Hello, a lot of people. So, Jeff, we've got about 18 bazillion things to discuss. Are you ready to discuss these 18 bazillion things? All right, so we're going to dive right in. The first thing that I'd like to discuss is something that ended recently, San Japan. How was San Japan? Is it what you expected? Was it more or less? How was San Japan for True Dutch?
It went really well. I didn't actually go. I sent the smart people to go down there and run
okay.
John and CPN. So they had a great time, and of course, Tanya was an amazing host from what I hear, and they had a good time, and hopefully we'll come back. We haven't worked that out yet, but we're working on it. We thought we'd give her a little bit of brief time.
Yeah, right. I went. It was awesome. And you said this was one of the guys in charge. Are you sure that you're doing it right?
I think maybe next time we'll send somebody else.
Well, it was a lot of fun. It was a massive amount of people, a lot more than I expected. And I hope we can go back next year. Here's a party that went through. I assume you heard about this. It was a bachelor party of people.
Yeah.
And the groom, I believe, was gifted a ring of the third circle, which I thought was really cool. So for everybody who didn't go to San Japan this year, I hope you can make it next year. San Antonio was really awesome. Lots of good, amazing food choices and a really cool convention. So hopefully True Dungeon can go back. And by the way, in chat, feel free to ask any questions of Jeff. If you happen to have questions of me, you could go for it. But Jeff's the real answerer here. Just do me a favor and type question and then whatever your question is so I can grab it in chat here. Speaking of chat, I see Flick says he had a good time first volunteering at San Japan. Thanks to Trent for the lounge. Oh, yeah, you're welcome for the lounge. I love doing the Trent's lounge at all the conventions. I'm trying to get one at Gen Con, and I keep begging them to take my money. So hopefully they'll do it this next year. And let's see. Hi, Jeff. I sent some hot pepper mix in the transmute box for you on Friday. So that's from John. So get ready for that.
Yeah, that'll be a fight if he opens that one up. Yep.
Yeah, okay, cool. All right, so that's from John. Hello, John. All right, so next week, September 20th, that is next Friday, there's a virtual patron event, Patron Test of the Gods. What can you tell us about this?
Well, I don't want to ruin much of it for you, but
I see what you did there.
It's going to be more of a surprise. It's I think it'll be really cool. I think it'll be a nice little change of pace kind of thing, and hopefully the patrons like it. It should be a lot of combat. Good for me because I'm not so great at puzzles. Sam says, hey, neighbor. Sam is literally my neighbor. He goes to the park and he walks by my house. So hello, Sam, in chat. So we got a question from an odd squirrel. Question, aside from the sidekick, will we be getting more squirrel tokens soon? By the way, his avatar's name is God Squirrel. Everyone I talk to has been asking about squirrels. That's kind of odd. You never know. We've been hinting at some Norse stuff next year, and as you know, there's an important squirrel in the mythos there, so who knows where one might show up.
Okay, well, there you go, Odd Squirrel. In addition to next Friday being the virtual patron event, next Saturday and Sunday is V25, Book of Spells, the continuation of the virtual adventures. What can you tell us about V25? Well,
it looks awesome. We got it set up here, and John's and company have done a great job on the sets. They look really good. It play tested really well with the VDMs and the NPCs, and it should be a lot of fun. It's sold out, which is cool.
Wow!
And it should be a lot of fun. It looks great.
Awesome. All right, so we're going to be looking forward to that good-looking thing. All right, so next up here is next month's adventure is V26, Heart of the Sphinx. Tickets on sale tomorrow for the general public. Yep. The adventure is, again, November 8th through 10th. Go to td.events, general public, to buy your tickets. The Adventurers Guild members, hopefully you knew that today you're eligible to buy those virtual tickets. That's one of the benefits. And then yesterday, I assume the patrons already knew that you could buy your tickets on Friday. Anything you would like to share about next month's Heart of the Sphinx?
Well, yeah, it's actually November, but it'll be after.
I'm sorry, November. I'm sorry, November.
Yeah, it'll be after Gamehole Con. So it'll be nice to be back because it's going to be a couple of months since the last one. But it looks really cool. We don't have the sets made yet for that or set up yet for that, but I think they're going to be just as nice as the ones they made for 25.
Awesome. Speaking of Gamehole, for those of you who haven't seen the Gamehole trailer, check this out. Yeah, Gamehole Con. I see here in chat J304 says I definitely need to try and make Gamehole some year. Man, I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
It's like the perfect convention. I mean, it's that sweet spot, in my opinion, for big enough to have plenty to enjoy, but not too small where there's too little to do. And True Dungeon is there. I'm a sponsor, and I have a big Friday night party, pizza and beer if that's your thing, and a free ticket to Critical Hit Soda. So it's a great convention. So October 17th through 20, you can go to td.events to buy tickets. I highly recommend it. And there's going to be 2 adventures there. One of them is Temple of the Dune Viper, 7 rooms, your normal 2-hour adventure. What would you like to share with the crew here about the Gen Con Temple of the Dune Viper? I'm sorry, the Gamehole Con. Temple of the
Sure.
Viper.
Well, it's good. I'm glad you said Gen Con because we're presenting it. There was some confusion a few people had. This is the full adventure that we had at Gen Con. So you'll have choices between choices between combat and puzzle rooms. So it's the full thing. Should be great to present it one more time before it goes into mothballs. And it should be a lot of fun and a great con. So
right. So yeah, I slipped there and said Gen Con because I was trying to get out that it was at Gen Con, but if you only did it once there, or even if you did it twice there's still choices that you can make to see it all. Will there be any adjustments to this, or is because you have so many choices, there's really no need to make any adjustments?
We'll make some quality control adjustments for sure, like some of the puzzles, and we'll try to we'll tweak stuff for sure, as we always do. But there won't be any like new rooms or anything added.
Got it. But speaking of something that will be at Gamehole that wasn't at Gen Con, Desert Knights, True Grind, Flame of Hate. Wow, True Grind is back at Gamehole Con. Yep. I think that is, personally, as a fan, an awesome tradition. If you've never done True Grind, you can read about it on the website, but it's for your more advanced players or those who are not the faint of heart. It's just a hack and slash combat death-a-thon, and some of my most fondest memories of combat are from True Grind adventures, and Paul does an incredible job, and Raven and whoever else might be helping. What would you like to share about that? Sorry, I just kind of shared everything there. Anything you'd like to add about True Grind?
Well, I just wish we could do more of it, but we're just limited to the amount of time we have, and the people that run it are already working their booties off. So I appreciate everybody's patience with the kind of scarcity of tickets, but we're doing the best we can, and we'll see what we can do in the future.
Awesome. Yeah, it is an incredible thing. I highly recommend it if you haven't done that yet. Let me check in with chat here. Alan says Gamehole is great, lots of nerds and industry people just hanging out. That's true. I mean, if you are into RPGs, whether it's the newer things or the older things, there's people that are world famous in that industry just walking by. You're like, hey, that's what's his name, So I highly recommend it if that's your thing as well. Max seems very excited about True Grind. Belinda says Gamehole is a really great con, very chill. Hotel rooms are affordable, true, and parking in the convention center lot is free. Yes, it's a huge parking lot as well. Now, we do have someone who is not a fan, apparently, of True Grind. Raven Brown says, meh, True Grind is overrated and the DMs are hacks. So, just one person's opinion. Kevin, however, disagrees with Raven and says True Grind is the best, and if you didn't know, Raven's one of the dungeon masters, so they're kidding. Raven follows up by saying Pig is okay, but the other one. Chris says Gamehole is a blast. Got to do True Grind last year. Awesome. There's Pick. Hello, Pick. I don't know. He says he seems shady, so the dungeon masters are saying bad things about themselves. Alan says, how do we get more grind? Do I need to volunteer to be a dungeon master? LOL. What do you think?
Who knows?
Who knows? Well, if you don't know, we're in trouble.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just in trouble. Okay.
Yeah,
now, Pick, by the way, I was about to say, well, should we ask Pick? But Pick says, ask Jeff. All right, so Alan, email Jeff. Myron, hello, Isaac, Delwan, and you made it awesome. And will Raven be there for True Grind? Yes, Chris, of course. All right, so that's catching up in chat. Speaking of that, if you haven't done it yet, click that like button and the subscribe button. Sorry to sound so YouTubey, but that's just how the platform works. So please click like and subscribe and all that other fun stuff. It helps spread the love of the show. One final thing to discuss at Gamehole Con, Transmuting, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, 10 to 2, 3:30 to 8. What else would you like to share with the folks about Transmuting at Gamehole Con?
We got a great crew that pours through your orders quickly, and they're able to turn them around really fast. You can do multiple orders at the con if you want to. Yeah, so bring them, show up Thursday if you can, and put your first order in. And by the time Saturday is over, you should have everything you need to make.
Now, is there anything in particular? This is a test question. I know the answer to, but I'm just going to softball it for you just in case. Is there anything that's appearing in October that we might be able to transmute at Gamehole Con?
Maybe a full thing, but
yeah. That's it. Safe Hold 3 starts October 1st, so you can do that at Gamehole Con. Not that I'm excited about it.
I'm not excited. Do I sound excited? I'm not excited about it.
But also the followers. Dun, dun, dun. So, pretty excited about that. Okay. So, everyone in chat, if you have any questions, please type the word question and a question afterwards. And speaking of something else exciting, let's jump into the future, and then we'll come back to the present. The future. You mentioned RingCon. And for those that don't know, what is RingCon and when is it? And what's the latest update on RingCon?
The latest, all right. Well, RingCon is going to be held sometime in 2026. We're working on the exact details and exact location. It's very likely going to be out near Walker's Bluff, where we had the previous two events. What's new this year is that there is now a gigantic casino hotel right next door, and you can literally see this it's right at the entrance of Walker's Bluff, the winery. So there's lots of very nice hotel rooms that are basically walking distance. Nice walk to where we had the event before. We're talking with both venues right now. I was hoping I could have more share today, but we're still talking with them, and we're hoping to be able to work out more details and get them announced as soon as we can. It's, if nothing else, you got a great place to, stay in a hotel right near the event. So
yeah, it's amazing to be. It's literally right there. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Wow. So I'm looking forward to that. Raven says, really looking forward to RingCon, and Walker's Bluff is an amazing site. I agree. John at True Dungeon has crept into the chat. Where are my moderators? And does a resounding hoo-ha. Gil Strife is excited about RingCon. Woo, RingCon. Pix says, woot, more space and on-site rooms. Belinda says SkullCon was great. Definitely looking forward to RingCon. I agree. We got a question here from G. McShane. Question, where do I start with Transmutation? Still my first year. Pick, you still got it wrong. truedungeon.com. Look under, I think click tokens. And then you'll see tokens exchange program, and then you can click that, and that'll explain everything. You can also go to the forums and ask questions there. I think that's probably a good first place. You could also email me at trent@trenttokens.com, and I can help do some hand holding if you need some assistance. I do lots of transmuting, and the community is really great as well.
Yeah, and if he can make it to Gamehole Con, that would be a great spot. Just to do it in person your first time, get all your questions answered. The folks in the transmuting room are real helpful and nice, and then there's just a host of veterans that'll be there that are super nice. So it would be like a great first experience to do that around all those folks.
Yep, I agree. That's right. Yeah, you're right, because I've seen people come right out of Treasure with Treasure in their hands, go into the transmuting room because it just kind of was right there next to it, and say, what do I do with this? You're in the right place, and somebody there will help you understand it. But James F. reminds me that I do have a video on it. Yeah, so check under my YouTube videos. I think it's under the how-to section, maybe. But yeah, there's a whole video about transmuting. It's a different year, but it's the same concept each year. And G. McShane says that they're volunteering at Gamehole Con, so that's a perfect place to do it. I mail all mine because I'm in New York, so but if you can drive or don't have too much to put on a plane, it would be great to do there. Nikki has a question. I haven't transmuted in person before. Can I do that on Thursday before my event? Let's see. Where did our times go here? Here are the times. So Thursday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's when you can do it on Thursday. If you need the token back.
Should be a couple of hours. Should be a couple hours there where they can put in their order before the event starts. So, yep.
Yep, there you go. So that's Thursday. Gilstrife says Transmutation is also a fun thing to do. I agree. It's really fun. It's kind of like any type of game. You know, you get a wolf pelt from killing wolves and some bones and this and some magic dust and poof, now you have a magic dagger. I think it's really cool. I think of it that way when I'm playing. Belinda says, folks hanging out in Trent's Lounge at any con are also likely to be willing/able to discuss transmuting tokens. Yes, lots of fun stuff going on in the Trent's Lounge hangout area. Speaking of tokens, next up, what's happening? When's the last day to purchase 2024 and 2023 PYPs? What's going on, Jeff?
2 weeks from yesterday. Yeah, that's the last day to get your orders in for the 2024 tokens, especially if you want to get any 2023 purple ultra rares. Pick your purple. And there's some if that's what you want to do. There's also like a ring and Path of Enlightenment. Path to Enlightenment, and a few other things you might want to get a hold of. Avron's Cherry Ale, that kind of stuff. So this would be your last chance.
Yes. So Friday, September 27th. Yeah, exactly. If you're watching this live 2 weeks from yesterday, that's it. Like your Beta Bounty, this is it. If you haven't gotten your Beta Bounty yet, it's going. They're dissipating into the magical ether. So get them while the getting's good. You got a little under 2 weeks to order them, and not to get crazy technical, but I think it's the Friday 11:59 CDT Central Time. So there you go. All right. So R. Dawson 35Y says transmuting is a slippery slope per Trent. I do tell people it's a slippery slope because I don't want them a year later, hey man, you didn't warn me about these tokens, man. So I give everybody the warning, give them the first one free, and that's how life works. Ashton says, what would be the best thing to do with treasure maps if you're not going to be able to make it to an in-person event? You want to take that one? I have an idea. What do you think?
You tell me what your idea is.
I would say trade for something you want. And I think that goes for any token you get. If you get the coolest paladin token, and you are never going to play a paladin, personally, I would give it to a paladin friend. But what I would also suggest is find a paladin who needs it, who might have something you did. There's so many aspects of the game. One of them is trading tokens, which happens in the first few seconds of learning to play the game. So anything you have that you don't think you're going to need, I would trade it with someone else. And if you don't know where to go, you can go to the True Dungeon forums, and there's all kinds of people trading tokens literally every day there. Joshua has a question, but we're about to get to that question. Joshua has a follow-up. That question will be, the answer to that will be the same as the other answer to your first question. Then I'm not going to answer, but you're going to know soon. Pick. Might really want to look at that if you're planning on going to RingCon. Last time, some of those items unlock runs. Right, that's possible. Okay, so Grill Strife, you'll know the answer too. Sorry, I'm just interacting with the chat there. So I believe the next thing I want to discuss is something that I like to call breaking news.
Breaking news. Yeah. Breaking news, see? We got some breaking news. What is the breaking news?
What?
Yeah.
What?
It's happening.
Oh my God. Okay.
I need a minute. I'm having heart palpitations.
Okay. I swear can you see this, chat? The hair is standing up, and I have goose pimples, goose bumps. What? Oh my God! I have pimples from goose and geese. Oh my Lord! Okay, so that was a lot of information, and let's go through it bit by bit. Would you mind? Is that okay?
I would love to.
Okay. All right. So people in chat are going crazy. I know. So let's talk about it bit by bit here, chat. So the first bullet I think to definitely discuss is pre-orders start October 1st at truedungeon.com. So Joshua, there's your answer to both of those tickets. Both of those questions, rather. Okay, so the 27th, which is a Friday, 2 weeks from yesterday. I got a calendar over here. That's why I'm looking over here. So that's a Friday. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 days later, the first day of October is when pre-orders start. So that means we can go to the token ordering page and click order, right?
Yep.
Okay. Just want to put that out there. Make sure that's okay.
And you can click on that till the end of the year. Yep.
Oh, that's right. So this is the pre-orders, the pre-order section, where the pre-order goodies come out, and we'll talk about that in a second. And Joshua, I'll go ahead and answer that question now out loud for the people who might not have seen Joshua ask. He asked me, when will I start the auctions? I will start the new auctions on October 1st because that's when the pre-orders start. And let's go to our next slide here. And by the way, look at this imagery here. Runeheim. I see like a stone rune. There's a boat, a mountainous, and then way in the upper right hand corner, I don't know if I'm looking, it looks like it's that way, I see like this little bird, a little crow. Is that what that is? Is that a crow or something?
Who knows what
Who
that
knows?
is? There'll be a wallpaper released here in a little while. You'll be able to see that.
Ooh, wallpaper release. Yeah. All right. Getting fancy. Now, another enormous announcement there in that little video was that shipping starts on November 1st, which is the beginning of November. I mean, how are you going to do that?
First time ever. Well, we were very assured that we're going to have all our stuff in, and we'll be able to ship on. We'll take some of orders that come in the earliest and ship those probably out first on that first Friday, and then the next week is when the bulk of them will go out.
I see. Right. So the November 1st is Friday. So the early birds who order first will potentially get their shipped out on Friday. And
that's what I'm thinking. Now, as long as I don't get shot by Lori and crew for saying that, but that's what I'd like to do. They might decide to do it by, like, it's usually easier when you group them like kinds, like do all the AKs together, do all the, but we're going to try to do it that way. We will get out as many as we can on November 1st to ship out.
Understood. Yeah, sure. A day or two is not going to like make or break most people, I think. But that's still pretty amazing that's that goal. Now, another bullet, which I think we need to point out here, great early bird bonuses all the way until the end of December. That's new as well, right?
Yeah, we basically stopped calling them pre-order bonuses, and we had some folks that were disappointed that they couldn't really buy earlier in the pre-order period. So a lot of people get bonuses and stuff in December. So we just decided it'd be nice for everybody if we just extended all the early birds through the end of the year.
Very cool. I think that's a nice little tradition to do. And the bonuses will be laid out. I didn't attempt to make anything here, and this is what's in the video. The bonuses, of course, will be laid out on the token page, how much you get of each thing. So just go to that page and read all about it.
If you're familiar with what we've done in the past, nothing's really changed. Just new items have been, substituted in. So it's pretty much the same program as before.
Right, and as one can imagine, the more you buy, the more bonuses you get. There's like a bump in the bonuses too, which is very nice. Now, I saw a couple of people talking about this in chat. This is a huge announcement.
Yeah,
this is huge.
Yeah.
Explain this.
Well, we thought it'd be better just to be as transparent as we can, as honest as you can about like what your chances are of getting one, how we're going to distribute them out, and basically we're going to insert these things every 9.6 boxes. So if you get a AK order, you'll be guaranteed to get one. And if you get like so just divide that by like for every 1,000, it's an 1/8 of a chance. So if let's say you do a 4K order, then you got a 50% chance of getting one.
Wow. I see. So you do a 1K
order. You know
order.
what your odds are, and instead of being kind of mysterious about it, I thought I would just be upfront and as transparent as we can. Seems like the best policy all the time.
All right. Now, for my close friends, they definitely know I'm not great at math. So let me just put this in simpleton terms, which just means for me. So you buy an AK, boom, guaranteed. Now, for whatever crazy reason, let's say I only wanted to buy 7, or
right.
Let's see, 2, 4, 6. So 3 2s and 1 1. So I have a seventh of an 7 of 8 chance. What is that?
Correct.
Something like that.
Yep.
And like you just said, that's what really prompted it. You said if you were to do a 4K order, it's a 50% chance. So wow, that's amazing. Wow. So Ian says that's an 87.5. Thank you. I know that's why you always bring math people in the dungeon with you. Holy potato chips. This is incredible news. Incredible news. So good luck to everyone out there going for it. So let me catch up in chat. So basically everyone's just kind of freaking out. If anyone has any questions, put in question and the questions here. Joshua says, waiting for the announcement that there will be 40 GT runs in 2025. I guess there'll be as many as you can do, right? So here's a look at some of the rare tokens, which are just really cool. I love the throwing axe and the defender shield reprint.
Yeah, this is an actual photo. It's not photoshopped or anything. This is something that Dan took. Jugar took this and did a great job.
Cool. Love it. Yeah, no, I think the tokens are awesome, as one can't imagine. Here's the true or the ultra rare tokens, all super cool. Pix got one named in there, and Beatus Alicia, which is from Dave's books. The the main character. Speaking of a picture of the pile of tokens, I assume this is another picture that DrewGuard took. Is that right?
Yep. Yeah. Pretty crazy with all that fun. Yeah.
Wow. Excuse me. I'm getting choked up literally at these tokens. Man, oh man. Tokens are awesome. And I think tokens are an important part of the economy, wouldn't you say?
For our event, it's a great shot in the arm of funding right when we need it the most, because that's when we need to place a bunch of orders for the new wall types, the new animatronics, the new costumes. I've got a whole shopping list ready to go to order. Probably in November. That's when we get the best prices after the haunt season's over. Usually you get better prices. And first week in November, I'm hoping to place an order for a bunch of different things that are ready to go for the new adventures.
Oh, that's so smart. Yeah, get it right after the October season. Awesome. Very cool. I see people commenting that doing a GT run is a bucket list item. I highly recommend it. And Joshua says, oh, look, the 2 legendaries that will go in every build. Yeah, I think there are some very popular tokens there. And Gilstrife says, I need a GT so my bar can try one because I've managed to do a VTD one. Oh, okay, cool. Now, speaking of the tokens, here is a little sneak peek at a page that you could go to right now.
Screenshot.
Yeah. So
if you go right now, it isn't on. You can't find it on the main menu. I think we're going to add that on Monday. But right now, if you go to this URL, you can basically see the new token page, what it's going to look like when it becomes public.
Right. And for every other human on the planet who doesn't speak Jeff, he said URL, URL. So go to that URL. By the way, I just noticed, I don't remember seeing this earlier. There's a dragon over there in the upper right-hand corner. I missed that before. Has that always been there?
Could be.
My Lord, those things are scary looking. All right, so again, if there's any questions in chat, type question and whatever your question is. And as a reminder, there's a pinned link. Let me maybe just go to this real quick here. Give me one quick second to just remind people, go to that pinned link and fill out that form. It's just your name and email. At the end of the show, I'll be doing free giveaways, but you must be present in order to win. You need to say, hey, I'm here. If your name is drawn, there you can see the first, second, and third place prizes there. And now let me go back to this. So this is a pretty cool link. Check that out. We've got some people here making some guesses on who that flying or what that flying creature is. All right, so the next thing that I want to bring up is this.
Breaking news. Yeah. Breaking news. We got some breaking news here. What could this breaking news be? Oh my Lord.
What? Oh my God. Lord have mercy.
Birthday.
Hi, Chihuahua. All right, so chat is first is a question. If I win first place, can I get a 1K 2025 instead? No. Lynn says, I love Valheim, so this is going to be awesome. Jeffrey says, clearing calendar of anything non-TD. I agree. Nothing else matters in 2025. Kevin says 2025 is going to be amazing. I agree. Let's see. Joshua says, I see that Jeff is getting around not designing classes, but also not going back on his word to redo class cards. Sneaky man. Sarah loves your helm. And J304 is excited to see 3 adventures at Gen Con. Chris loves the helmet. Chris says, a different Chris says, question, did I miss the Origins announcements? I did look away at a moment. Nope, you didn't miss that yet, technically. And Myron says, does that mean San Japan is a yes for next year? Everything is subject to change, is what that first slide said. John also loves the helmet. Okay, Runeheim. What is this, Jeff, in your very cool helmet?
Well, that's the name we gave basically the 1-year story arc. It's the location and everything happens, and it's what we're going to call the whole story arc. So from January all the way to the end of the year, we'll be venturing in Runeheim, a cool Viking hangout.
Very cool. Wow, we're going to Runeheim, people. Alan says, no chance for MomoCon next year, eh? Question mark. What do you think?
No, I doubt it. I didn't put it on here because I thought it was not like the greatest chance, but who knows? It might. It's not ruled out, but it wasn't strong enough to put it in here.
Got it. Okay. All right. So Runeheim is the place, and it's the full year story arc, and it encompasses virtual and in person. Did I get that right?
Yes, all the adventures are very well integrated. They flow from one to the other, so it should be really cool.
Okay. All right. So we should just do nothing else in 2025. This is our life, right? This is what we do now. Okay. All right. I'm with I forget who said that in chat, but yeah, I'm with you. All right. So first up is January VTD 28 Blood and Burrow, January 10th through 12th. What can you tell us about this?
I don't want to give too much away, but basically, yeah, it'll be the first one. It should be really cool. It's well underway on development, and it looks like it's going to be a real cool first adventure.
Now, there's going to be, I assume, blood, and there's going to be some burrowing. So, okay.
Well, they'll be going underground for a bit, yes.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Next up, so that's January. Next up is February. Black Steel Spire, V29, February 7th through 9th.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about this?
You gotta go find the spire. That's about all I'll say. But it's a fun little raid. Again, it's a Viking raid to go find Black Steel Spire and do something there.
Okay. Wait. So everybody writing this down. Everybody write this down. So we're going to go and find a spire. All right. So that's February, and then in March, Ymir. How do you say this? How do you know? Do you know how to say it? Well, I assume you know how to say it. How do you say it?
I always pronounce it just Ymir. So I could be
Ymir.
pronouncing it wrong, but that's how I like it. Anyway.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, this will be fun too. This is more of an Arctic thing, as you can tell. A little more cold, a little more icy. You'll have some fun. You got a little mission to recover something from this ice cave.
Ooh, so bring a coat. Coat. Okay. Awesome. Bernard says VTD is everywhere. I know, Bernard. Bernie, right? Hell, Bernie. All right. So next up, so that's March, and that's the 7th through 9th. But now I noticed something very different about April. So this is for the patrons, the 2025 VTD Patron Adventure, only April 12th, which is a Saturday, called Valhalla and Back, meaning nothing else is happening in April. Did I get all that right?
Yeah, that's correct. Unless something changes, we we want to make sure we leave ourselves plenty of time to develop and construct these in-person events for the con season in the summer. I just want to put our best foot forward on these. This is the first time since 2019 that we're going to have 3, possibly 4 brand new adventures. So it's going to take a lot of work, and I want to make sure that we have enough time and don't rush it to get everything done. Since it'll be the first time in many years that we've actually put this much, this many adventures out at the same time. So I know some people might be disappointed that there's not another VTD weekend in April, but I think it's best for everybody at Gen Con and Origins and all that we have this extra month to get the dungeons done. If something crazy happens, we get a bunch done, we may add it, but it's doubtful.
Got it. So for now, April is just the patron adventure on Saturday, nothing else. So for those people who have been on the fence about doing the patron part, this is it. So this is the patron benefit, if you will. So definitely get that before April. And then there's the summer season, but let's jump to the fall. Let's kind of stick to the virtual portion first. And this one is Ruinheim Ravage V31, August 15th through 17. I just noticed what this is. It looks like a bunch of things on fire. What else is going on here?
Well, this takes place right after the third adventure that we'll have at Gen Con, and it picks up the story where it ended there. It's only going to be 2 weeks or so after Gen Con. We did this 2 years ago. We're trying it again this year to try to get as many folks playing virtual. Hopefully we'll pick up some more players. We picked up some as the tickets sold out for this week's or next week's virtual event, but we're hoping that we can get more if we have it a couple weeks after Gen Con. So this is the start of a really cool little trilogy that we've got figured out and outlined, and it should be a lot of fun.
I see. That's right. You reminded me, because I love the story arc of it. So we got the early VTD, then we got the summer adventures, and then that goes right into this adventure. For anyone who might have missed the first part, they play at Gen Con, for example, then they can dive right into the story and pick up where they left off at Gen Con. Wow, very cool. And then the second part of the final portion of this trilogy here, Ruinheim Reforged V32 September.
Got to do some Viking reforging and get some stuff fixed, and then get on to another adventure.
Very, very cool. And what we want in that adventure is revenge, I see.
Yes, you saw what happened in the first one. Now you got your new stuff, your cool stuff. Now you're going to go get your revenge. Kind of get a tease where you're headed by the picture a little bit. Hopefully you'll see that. But
there's some clues in there, you're saying? Okay, everybody screenshot this and figure out the clues. Oh, man. Now, Myron says that's close to the end of Gen Con. That's right. Yeah, it's Gen Con, then the virtual, and then if San Japan happens, that's right after that as well. So it's going to be a busy time. Now, somebody mentioned character cards in chat. I was super surprised to see this. It's the same character cards that we have now, but an additional new skill for the season. Is that correct?
Yeah, I thought it'd be cool to read, since we had to print them again. I thought it'd be cool to redo the design. I should have put a close-up on this, but it's got some really cool Viking inlay, and we redid it so it has a cooler
look. I have a
look.
close-up here.
Yeah, you can kind of see it there. And then we decided just to give everybody a little minor, flavor skill, or change up one of their existing skills, just to give it a little flavor, a little bit of fun.
Yeah, so there's at the bottom, it's different, and I see kind of in the middle, this looks like there's a little bit of difference there.
Yeah.
And then...
It's nothing major. We changed some of the paper elements and some other things. But
I can see it.
It should be a lot of fun to have a little themed character that seems to be more, Viking-based.
Right, and in addition to the redesign, you've added a saga skill for every class. So here's the barbarian saga skill. I play barbarian, so that's the one I wanted to see. So that's the 4th level. So, and here's the 5th level. So it's a boost in damage because of their Odin influence there, which is pretty cool. So yeah, you can go to the True Dungeon site and see the new cards, which is pretty cool. Now, so that was all the virtual stuff. Oh, and before I forget, the new character cards are obviously used in person, but I believe you said on the forums that the app designers have added the saga skills in the apps, right?
Yeah, both it's on the website and the app, so they've been great, Sean and Tom, to update. So you'll have all your saga skills in your virtual event character thing.
Very cool, got it. Bernie has a question: is there going to be an epic difficulty for runs in 2025?
I don't know. Sorry, I don't want to say till I talk to some smart people about that.
Okay, it's got to talk to smart people. Chris says that level should be named Ragnarok level.
I like that.
Yeah, so Chris, you might have just donated that idea. All right, so that was all the virtual stuff, and in addition to that, same story arc. It's all intertwined. We've got in-person events in 2025, subject to change.
Right. This is the best guess we have now, and we're thinking this will hopefully all happen. Yep.
Okay. First up, Origins. Someone asked about Origins in chat. You didn't miss it. Here's Origins, June 18 through 22. Raid on Ravenshold. So it's not a crow, it was a raven. What can you tell us about this raid?
Another raid, another Viking mission to go in and capture something that was left behind long ago that's needed to basically continue your journey to help your people return to Runeheim.
Okay, I'm excited. All right, and if you are unable to make it to Origins to play Raid on Ravenshold, it's going to also appear at Gen Con, which is in July, at the end of July, beginning of August. So there's another chance to play that. But in addition to that, there's going to be another full adventure called Runecrag Crypt. What can you tell us about that?
Well, as it sounds, it's in a tomb, and you got to go, of course, to the end and to find the sarcophagus you're looking for to claim something you need. So you got to prove you're worthy Vikings to claim what's inside.
Ooh, okay. Everybody getting excited? Yeah. I'm in. Count me in. I will hide behind my wizard. That's what a good barbarian does. And here's a third full adventure at Gen Con. This is why you need to take some of that time in April to make sure you have time for all this. Eldest Ice Unbroken. What can you share about this?
Well, once you got that thing that you need out of the crypt, you got to go here and do something. And I don't want to put away, but yeah, it should be. We've got a really cool room planned for the final room. I think it'll look really neat, and can't wait to build it.
Wow. And then that part of the story goes right into the next thing of the next VTD.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Nice.
Runeheim Rabbit. Yep.
Got it.
2 weeks ago. Yep.
All right. So then in order, we've got Gen Con, virtual. This is August. This is just August.
Right.
And then San Japan, if San Japan happens, Labor Day weekend, 29th through the 31st. And if this happens, you haven't decided yet what you're going to put there, right?
Yeah, a lot depends on the volunteers we get and all that stuff. But we'll hopefully have a announcement as soon as we can. Going to give Tanya some time to relax and recover from her crazy weekend. So.
Well, sure. It's August of next year, and you know it basically it's a year away. So there's still some time, but we're announcing all the 2025 season stuff here. And And speaking of that, Gamehole would be next October. Eldest Ice Unbroken, the 23rd through the 26th. Oh man, that's going to be a lot of fun. And Runeheim, all adventures share a year-long story arc of epic Viking fun. Now, what prompted you to do something Viking-y for the 2025 season? Where's that coming from, if I may ask?
Well, I got into watching the show with Vikings in it, so I always enjoyed the history part of Vikings and their interesting history, long history, and they're it's a popular part of pop culture, at least in the Western world. But after I saw the show, a few seasons of that, I was like, yeah, this would be really fun. And I had a lot of ideas on adventures, and it's been great because I've been able to, along with the team at TDHQ, we've been able to come up with a great slate of adventures, all integrated, and it should be a heck of a lot of fun to present and to play.
Cool. Awesome. All right. So if there are any questions, let them rip. We'll be wrapping up here in a second. And speaking of that, I'm going to go through and find some questions here. Joshua has a question. Let me scroll up to see, make sure I didn't miss any here. Okay, I did miss some. Okay. All right, so the first question is from Dwayne. Hello, Dwayne, who's in Canada. Question, will TD make an appearance here in Calgary, Canada? That's from
we're not, as far as not this year, as far as I can say. I would say there's a very slim chance that it would happen. We've talked to some folks in that area before, but it just never worked out to make it all work and happen, unfortunately. There's some logistical issues with going across the border with all the equipment and seeing stuff, and then there's some other labor issues with how that all works. So it's a little difficult to take us on the road into Canada, unfortunately.
Got it. And Dwayne seems to be at a game convention here in Calgary, like right now.
Yeah.
Kevin had a question, how do you become a patron? But I bet in chat they answered it. Yes, they did. Yep, you just go to the store and you can see your choices there. There's Adventurers Guild choice. There's the patron choice. It's all right there. I think I did a video of that too, like how to order True Dungeon tokens. I think I explained all the options there as well. All right, so everyone was really excited about all the video teaser stuff we saw. Joshua has a question. Has the website or app addressed the auto healing when moving room to room with the charm of shared recovery? I don't know if you're going to know the answer to that.
No, that's something you could send an email to me about, and I'll forward it on to the smart folks to get it figured out.
All right, so Joshua, forward that email. Stephen, a.k.a. Quizboy, has a question. I don't see the new class cards with the Saga skill on them in the TD site. It was a forum post.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't recall what that forum post was. You could probably just go to the forum and say, hey, somebody remind me where, or send me a link to that post. C4 Point Chunk says normal only runs should be called low key.
Oh.
Yeah, so Josh was excited about 3 full runs. New adventures at Gen Con. Yeah, it's going to be busy. Belinda has a question. Will there be any 4-room conquest events in 2025? They're great for newer players.
All right. Yeah, the reason we only are announcing 3 right now is the 4th one's kind of up in the air. It depends on how many volunteers we get, and that's just, didn't want to promise anything until we get closer. But we'll make an announcement probably like in March as to what, if there is going to be a 4-person one. If we do add it, it's most likely going to be a conquest type event for sure.
Okay. I wasn't laughing at you. I'm sorry, I was laughing at Pick. Question, how much fire resistant does your barbarian have? Asking for a friend. I'm not telling you. But I think no matter how much I have, it's not going to be enough. Kevin likes the Viking music. Brian has a question. Is that a full dungeon? What? Is that you?
sorry. I think the reason Pick mentioned fire is you might want to go look at the True Grind description, Gamehole Con description on the website. See what you can find.
Right.
A little bit of some info there.
Well, Dave is our wizard in our group, our main little core group that I run with a lot. He's the smart wizard, and he's already making plans and telling everybody about that. So if you don't have your own elf wizard Dave in your group, go to the True Grind info and check out. There's lots of information. Basically, Pick is trying to kill everybody in one swing, so definitely go and read that. But people always try to kill me anyway, no matter what I'm doing. So. Brian has a question. So, is that a full dungeon at Origins next year? And the answer is yes. Right? That's what it is.
We intend. Again, everything's subject to change. But if I had my pick right now, that's exactly what we'd run. That'll be great.
Mm-hmm.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. So everything we just walked through is subject to change. But this is what is if all goes well, this is what will happen. So, great question.
My best guess. Yep.
Gabe asked a question, sealed run for next year, ? I guess that's maybe with the same question or similar to what Belinda asked. The Conquest is by default, I guess, a sealed run.
The 3 that we just announced, I don't think any one of those will be sealed, but the 4th one would be, whatever we decide to do there.
And the 4th, when you say 4th, not to try to lock you down or anything, but I assume your intention would be kind of a Conquest 4 room, right?
Yeah, it just depends a lot on, how many volunteers we get and, what kind of volunteers. So it's hard to make announcements now, but I'm hoping by March we'll have it all clearly defined out.
We're way early for this. Andrew, question: with the release of the $108 sealed runs at Gen Con, would it be possible to use only treasure enhancers in them?
I mean, we were pretty happy with the way they've been run. I don't know if we would we might add some limited ones or something. Maybe you can have one ultra rare. I don't know. That's just, don't quote me on that, but yeah, I mean, it just depends on what we end up doing. But that's something really good to share on the forums and see what people think as far as what.
Okay.
Our big reason for doing the treasure only stuff, I mean, just the stuff you get in your 10-pack, is just to keep it as open and fun for the new folks. Our number one complaint that we got from new people was that they just felt overwhelmed. Because people are really nice. Hey, you can use all my tokens, and here you go. That was really cool. It was really nice, but it kind of overwhelms folks, and it also robs them of the fun of like trading amongst the party to mini-max your character. I mean, if everybody's fully decked out, they don't get the fun of saying, "Hey, I'm playing a wizard. I don't need this plate armor," and then trading it with somebody to get a wand or something. Yeah. We want them to all have that fun and just to experience TD like everybody did, and most people did the first time, and that's just kind of a more simple, less complicated run.
Right. Well, if I can share my personal opinion, I mean, I have all the tokens, but my most favorite runs are the sealed runs, bar none, because of that. You just open up your pack and automatically you're working together, and I think that's what is at the core of the fun for True Dungeon, is working together as a team and having fun and helping each other. So I'm an enormous fan personally of the sealed runs. Mr. Dementor loves your shirt, Jeff. Let's see.
Old school. Somebody recognized it. Yep.
Let's see, and I'm trying to catch up on. I think that's what we got for all of the questions. Okie dokie. Jeff, is there anything else you would like to share before I release you back into your Viking writing assignment for the next year?
Yeah, I guess the other reason that I decided to do Vikings, I had an excuse to grow my Odin beard again. It's a lot whiter than the last time, though. It's weird. That happened.
That will happen. Yeah.
That'll happen. But I'm just really excited about next year. Just the setting and the adventures that the team's been able to put together. I think it's going to be awesome year, and I'm looking forward to just getting all those VTD events out there, and then being able to, for the first time since 2019, to be able to put out multiple brand new events nobody's played.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll all be related, and there's a nice little story arc between them. It should just be an amazing year, and the tokens are awesome too. So I think it's going to be a great year for TD.
Yeah, I agree. There's a lot happening for 2025, and we haven't even hit 2026 yet either, which is going to be another incredible year. So what a great time to be a True Dungeon fan. Well, Jeff, thank you very much for sharing all this info to me and all the other fans here. I'm just blown away at the 2025 announcements. It's going to be huge. What a great year, and thank you for all that you and all the TD crew, what you do. You bring so much joy to many players, so we really appreciate it. And of course, thank you very much for being on the show. And until next time, we will chat again to figure out when your next time on the show is. And thank you very much. Everybody say thank you very much, Jeff. All right, thank you, Jeff. You have a good one. All right, see you. Have a good one. Thanks again for being on the show.
Thank you.
All right, so that was Jeff, the creator of True Dungeon, with incredible announcements for 2025. Wow, 2025 is going to be amazing. All right, last chance. If you haven't yet, click the link, fill that out. I'm about to grab everything, make sure there's no duplicates, and then do the drawings. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead and grab all of these names here. All right, so it looks like we have 89 participants. 89 participants. I'm now going to make sure there's no duplicates. Give me a second here. You guys just kind of stare at the prizes here while I do this. Let's say clean up, remove duplicates. Okay, there were no duplicates. Awesome. Good job, guys. And now I'll go over here, put everything there. Now I'm going to go and see if there are any other responses. Okay, so that is it. It's over. No more people entering. Now let me go to this screen here. All right, so this is Gabe. You didn't enter. Gabe, I see you in chat there. You were too slow. All right, hold on. Let me go back to this screen. I don't want you to not have a chance. What do you mean you were too slow? Well, click it fast, or I'll just type your name in there. Let me see if I can. If I don't find your name, I'll just type your name. Yeah, you're not in there. I'll just type your name at the bottom, Gabe. Okay. Gabe. D-U-V-A-L. Okay. All right, so just ship it to Gabe. Okay. All right. All right, so, all right, Gabe. All right, so, Gabe, your name is in there. All right, so now let me go to this other screen again. Here we go. Okie dokie. All right, so Gabe Conspiracy. All right, so Gabe, I added you at the bottom. You can see your name here at the bottom of the screen. All right, so this, of course, is for, we're going to do the third place drawing first, which is for a 1K gold bar, but a 10x treasure chip. All right, so let's see who's going to win third place. And remember, if you win, when your name is pulled here, say something in chat. That's how I know that you are actually there. All right, so here we go. Good luck, everybody. Kim D. Jung is the third place winner. Joshua, I see you in chat, what you said. So Kim D. Jung, please say something in chat. And Joshua, you should be there. I mean, I'll go check real quick, but I'm not going to be able to do this all the time. Let's see. I'm just checking. Yeah, you're there. You're in the name. Okay, Kim, are you there? Kimberly, there you are. Awesome. All right, so Kim Jung, you, let me go back to this screen. All right, I am going to remove you from the list. Congratulations, Kimberly. And here we go for second place, which is a 5K bar and a 3X treasure chip. I think that's a sweet spot, by the way. All right, so congrats, Kim, and good luck, everybody. Joshua, I can see you there on the screen, too. Crystal, all right, say hello in chat, Crystal. All right, I'm just going to write this down the old-fashioned way. Crystal, say something in chat so we know that you are here. Crystal. There you are. I see you. You said woohoo. That is verifiable enough for me. I will hit remove. And now the grand prize, a 25K bar and a single 25 treasure chip. So congrats to Crystal. First place is... Oh, so close, Chris Amir. Jason Efford, are you there? Jason Efford. Jason, say hello in chat. So close, I know. All right. Jason, say hello in chat. I'm looking at chat. Where are you? Jason, that's me. There you are. I will hit remove. And I have now, I'll go to, let's see, this screen here. And there we have it. Congrats, everybody. Kimberly in third. Second was Crystal, and first was Jason. I have your emails, of course, because of what you just filled out. I'll email you to confirm your mailing addresses and get those prizes mailed out. Excuse me. Let me take a sip of water here. It's a long show. I mean, this is hard work, huh? So speaking of the show, thank you very, very, very much for watching the show. This was, I think, an awesome show with lots of 2025 announcements. We discussed all kinds of other fun things, too. I love giving out the prizes as well. I'll give you a little sneak peek. I don't think I've told anybody this yet. Next month's show is going to be with the founder and I don't know if owner's the right word, but the main man when it comes to Gamehole Con. All right, so that's going to be my next interview, and that is currently scheduled for October 5th. Alex is his name. So that's going to be a really awesome show, and I'll, of course, will advertise that through my normal means. And if you haven't yet, please click like and subscribe and share this video with everyone else. It really helps spread the love of True Dungeon for the show. And speaking of something else that I love for everybody to say, I see people saying thank you. So thank you for watching. And one of my favorite things to say is it's really, really difficult to frown when you're smiling. So please smile. And thanks for watching.